What is up? This is the opposite work and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to start another series on the channel. Okay, so if you doesn't want to miss any future updates on the channel and any new videos on the channel, make sure you just subscribe the channel and turn the notifications on. And I also started my own website, guys. So if you just wanted to visit, just I'll put the link in the description, and it's the online, so it's pretty easy to remember too. Okay, so make sure you just check that. And if you just register for the account, you'll get daily updates and new perks, a few perks for these registered users. Now coming back to our series, so it's about building a blog. So we are going to build our own blog using scratch code. Okay, so we'll code from the beginning to the ending by our own selves and build a blog. And caution or note, what you just want to make sure, I'm not gonna cover you about styles. Okay, so this blog is going to be like uh, only back in and the front end displaying part. It's not going to cover internal styles and stuff. Okay, so we're not going to build a beautiful blog, we're gonna build some awesome blog. Okay, so it's like only the structure and the skeleton will be ready for this. So for this we'll be using the Apache, MySQL and PHP. It's nothing but AMP stack. So what's a stack actually? So let's get into that first. So you see, okay, so that's layers. Okay, so if you take any application, you could divide those into layers like front end, back end and middleware. That's up to you how you divide into these tiers. So they call it as tiers. Okay, whatever. So the first one is the presentation. So you'll see the HTML, CSS, the basic stuff that you know. Now coming to the next layer, it's application part. So it's like a back end, server side residing sources, like and coming for the databases, we got different databases like MySQL, MongoDB, Oracle, and there are a lot more. If you just go through them, you have a very big list on them. Okay, so now coming to the platform, it's like where you host your application, so where this application will be running. So that's called, so you could use your own server and stuff, so or else you could rent it from others vendors like Amazon, Google, or any other like you want. Coming to final integration, so you could integrate with REST APIs or JSONs or even XMLs. Okay, so that's how you requires. So if you pick a few parts from each of these layers, so for example, if you pick HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and for the applications, if you pick some kind of .NET or PHP, and for the database, if you pick some MySQL or MongoDB, and from each layer, if you pick a few of them and build your own application, then it's called a stack. Okay, so in our application we are using AMP stack, which is standard for Apache, MySQL and PHP. Hold on there, why do you use Linux over here? Okay, so let me show you guys. Okay, Linux is the operating system where most of the servers in the world are running. Okay, so it's not Windows. Actually, Windows are only like home based applications. Okay, so we use for mostly for multimedia based. So Linux is the one where you could run the servers. It doesn't mean like you shouldn't use Windows, but there is also Windows versions of servers, but people mostly prefer Linux as the servers. And yep, so what I'm going to do is, in this series I'm going to show you through Windows, but if you're interested, you could take the same source code and apply in the Linux. Okay, it works perfectly. So maybe like I don't think it doesn't require any changes in this kind of a code. Okay then, so that's it for this episode. We just covered the pretty much the introduction part, so I'll be getting into the next part in the next episode. Okay, so meet you guys there.